Welcome to the Solo Promoter Podcast. This is one guy talking about tabletop pro wrestling and fighting games, including Filsinger Games, Legends of Wrestling, Champions of the Galaxy, Go Fight Pal, The Squared Circle, and much more. Formerly the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast, this show is not affiliated with any gaming company. Welcome to the show. My name is Grant Bachoco, and we want to send out a special welcome to all the Golden Circle channel members over at solopromoter.com. You can head on over to solopromoter.com on your desktop computer, click where it says join, and become a Golden Circle channel member. Those fine folks get episodes of my content before it is released, so they'll hear this episode before it is released. And also for this episode, they get to see a video of the recording of this episode, and plus get a little pre-show and after-show chatter. So head on over to solopromoter.com on your desktop computer and click the join button. Well, the podcast is back. Did you think it was gone? Did you think it was never returning? No. When I started this podcast back up again, I said, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if it is weekly. I am not sure if it is monthly. I am not sure if it is, well, by now it's probably tri-monthly or whatever, but I'm not sure what this is. And but it's back. And I think it's just going to be whenever I have something to say, whenever I feel like there's something I want to talk about, that I will sit down and I will press record and you will get a recording of this podcast. I've also been wrestling sort of with the format because I don't think there needs to be a breakdown of all the latest news. If something happens in the world of Filsinger Games or any of these other game companies, I will talk, and I want to talk about it, I will. But this show will not be a regular recap of the news. For that, I suggest, especially for Filsinger Games, Uncharted Territory, which you can find a link for in the show notes of this podcast. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on my tabletop. I wrapped up Champions of the Galaxy 2139, and I have to say, I really enjoyed that set. I really enjoyed 2139. It was a solid year, and even though there weren't any sort of like big galaxy-shattering storylines, my favorite thing, I think, was having the Gladiators gone for most of the year. Because when they came back, in my mind, it made their return even more impactful. And I love the way that I kind of decided to bring them back where they were not going to talk. They were just simply going to kick ass. They weren't going to give any interviews. They weren't going to say who they were going after. They just came back to fight. And to me, that harkens back to the original days of the Gladiators when all they were there was to bash heads. And it was just a lot of fun. And I'm very excited to see where 2140 goes. We've been getting some teasers. If you're a longtime listener, you know that I am not a huge fan of teasers. I would have liked it if we didn't see any art. I know that a lot of people don't appreciate that. But that's just my personal opinion because I love being like a kid on Christmas morning and opening the package and seeing what's inside. It's the same reason I'll watch a trailer for a film, but I won't go looking for spoilers or descriptions of the movie. I want to be totally surprised. Same thing as many know that I'm a huge Disney Parks fan. And when there's a new attraction, I used to be the person who would watch all the ride-through videos before I ever got to go on it. And nowadays, I don't watch any of the ride-through videos. I just go on the ride and experience it for the first time, and I appreciate it so much more. So anyway, the teasers have been fine. A lot of speculation on what the set theme is going to be, what's going to happen, and I'm excited for it. I'm here for it, and I'm looking forward to getting 2140. Now that my Champions of the Galaxy year is over, I'm looking forward to pivoting back to Legends. I've started to get out all my Legends stuff, and I'm organizing my next few cards, but I cannot find the little moleskin notebook where I've tracked my feuds in it, my current feuds. And I've been looking for it all over. And really, since the last time I played, we moved, which was over a year ago. And so I cannot find my little book that has all my current feuds in it. And so I feel kind of stuck. Like I feel like I can't play until I find that book, which is stupid. I should just take my own advice and just play. It doesn't matter. But that's the current position I'm in with Legends. And also, we are now a week away from GalactiCon and the release of 2040, and I think it's going to be very difficult since I just finished my Champions of the Galaxy Fed a couple weeks ago. It's going to be very difficult not to just pick up with the new set and go. So I may try to. I hate scheduling, but I may not schedule my game sessions where I say like, oh, I'm going to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I may schedule it where it's going to be. My next gaming session is going to be Legends, and then the one after that is going to be Champions, and then the one after that is going to be Legends, and then the one, or so like that. So I don't know. We shall see, and I will keep you posted, and I will let you go. But let's talk Galacticon. I'm so excited for Galacticon. It'll be the first time I've gone since I think 2009, maybe. So I'm very excited. Yesterday I went through and made sure that all my plane tickets, all my car rental, all my hotels are all up to snuff and ready to go. I'm super excited for us. I will say that I am flying home on my wife's birthday, and I will not be home until about 8:30 at night. So thanks, honey, and sorry. But it's GalactiCon, so what are you going to do? Also, I am super excited because yesterday I got the proofs of my GalactiCon exclusive. And I am so excited for these. I am so excited for people to see these. Now, if you're a Golden Circle channel member, I posted on the community tab the picture of the proof that I got. And I've sent it to a couple other people. And I'm just so excited for this. Werner did an amazing job with the artwork, and he absolutely killed it. It was sort of this unique project, and he just absolutely knocked it out of the park. And so big thanks to Werner for his work on this. And I can't wait to get them for my own personal Fed, and hopefully other promoters will like them too. Well, let's get to the main topic today. I want to talk about Out of the Ring. Now, the Filsinger Games card creation rules say that all character cards, whether Legends, Champions, or Indies, must have Out of the Ring as one of the offensive slots on their cards. And most wrestlers will usually have the choice to leave the ring, that's the LV in parentheses, on defense, meaning that they can leave the ring on defense. Now, these are pretty standard rules. If you roll on Out of the Ring, the opponent gets tossed out of the ring. Or if there's a C after Out of the Ring, you have the choice of throwing the opponent out. And if you roll on the defensive LV, you have the choice of leaving the ring. Again, this is all standard. It's all in the basic rules. None of these are the advanced rules or anything like that. At least I don't. Well, I guess the choice stuff is advanced rules. But you understand what I'm saying. These are all basic rules. What I want to talk about is that choice of throwing the opponent out and that choice of leaving the ring. Obviously, it is the player who makes that choice. Whether you're playing solo or with someone else, it's the player who decides if the wrestler throws his opponent out of the ring or if the wrestler on defense leaves the ring. But when I play, whether it's Legends of Wrestling, Champions of the Galaxy, or even Indies when I play, I do not make that choice. That's right, you heard me. I do not make the choice whether a wrestler gets thrown out or leaves the ring. I let the wrestler make that choice. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, I let the character of the wrestler make that decision. Okay, let me break it down for you. Let's take Abdullah the Butcher from Legends of Wrestling Expansion 4. On his level 3 offense, number 3 is Out of the Ring, and it has a choice next to it. So the player can decide to have Abdullah throw the opponent out of the ring or have Abdullah roll up. When I roll that option on Abdullah's card, I let Abdullah the Butcher make the choice. What would Abdullah the Butcher do in that situation? Now, I will preface this by saying I haven't watched a ton of Abdullah the Butcher matches. In fact, you can probably all of the matches I've seen of Abdullah the Butcher, I could count on one hand. But from what I know of him, he's a wild man. He's a hardcore brawler. He's into using illegal weapons. He's used to using. He loves using foreign objects. So in my mind, Abdullah wants to take the action outside as much as possible. So, in that situation, he would for sure throw the opponent out of the ring. He wouldn't care about what their ring rating was. He wouldn't care about a possible disqualification. He is a hardcore wild man. He is throwing the opponent out of the ring. Same thing for the Basilisk in Champions of the Galaxy or Voodoo Chaos in the Indies set. These guys don't care about rules. They care about beatings and wild actions, so they would all, for sure, throw their opponent out of the ring, regardless of their opponent's ring rating. Now let's talk about leaving the ring. If a wrestler is getting the snot kicked out of them and finds themselves on level 3 defense and rolls a down 3 with an option to leave the ring, wisdom would say you should leave the ring because you have the possibility for a reversal, especially if you have an A or B ring rating. But for me, in those situations, I always leave it up to the wrestler, the character. Randy Savage? Yeah, he's going to bail out of the ring. Larry Zbyszko? For sure bailing and leaving the ring. I kind of always see heels as leaving the ring and taking that opportunity to try and reverse the action outside of the ring and getting on offense. But what about the Patriot? Or Hillbilly Jim? I see these wrestlers sort of as true baby faces who, even though they are getting beat, they are not going to run away from the fight. They are going to stay in the ring. Same thing goes for Lord Nexus in Champions of the Galaxy or Kenji or Azuma. They aren't bailing, even if it means they are giving themselves less of a chance of a comeback. It's just it's in their being to stay and fight no matter what is happening and not take the easy way out by bailing out of the ring. So thinking this way has, in my opinion, deepened the enjoyment of the game. So the next time you're rolling out a match, don't think which option gives the guy a better chance of winning. Think, what would this specific wrestler do in this situation? And when you do that, let me know and tell me what you think. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Solo Promoter Podcast. If you have a topic you'd like the show to cover, leave it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening to this. You can check out my personal feds at gwfpromoter.com and lowpromoter.com. The theme song is American Guy by Throwing Toasters, used by permission and available on Apple Music, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your music. This podcast is not affiliated in any way with Filsinger Games or its subsidiaries. It's purely for entertainment purposes. This episode is copyright 2024 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Pachoco, executive producer, all rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com.